There are so many rarities in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Some are obviously cheap and affordable, some come in a plain holographic foil, but some are so exclusive you're gonna have to open over 500 packs just for the chance of pulling one. In this video, I'll be explaining every single Yu-Gi-Oh rarity ever printed. Some are so incredibly iconic, but others have been discontinued because they actually create illegal game states. And this video is honestly kind of expensive to make, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and show your love and like the video, and yeah, enjoy some shiny cardboard. Here we go. Common. Every card game's basic rarity. Common cards are just the most common. They have no foil, no special letterings, they're just plain pieces of cardboard. In most sets, commons are the guaranteed lowest rarity, but some other sets that's just not the case, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Rare. The OG second lowest rarity in the game. No foil on the image, but a silver stamped lettering in the name. In some sets, like deck building sets, commons are replaced with rares, and as of recently, starting in maximum gold and actually also ending in maximum gold, we'll talk about that horrible set in a minute, some rares come in a special gold lettering that replaces the original silver one. Super rare. The basic hollow on the image. No changes to the lettering. In the olden days of Yu-Gi-Oh, super rares were not even guaranteed in a booster pack, but now every core booster pack, which are the main set releases in Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll have the chance to get at least a super rare, so those will actually be guaranteed, which also makes them less special than previously. Similar to many holo prints today, the attribute and the level stars will also be foil in the new prints, but back in the OG days, it was just the art of the card. Ultra rare. So ultra rares come in a variety of different types, and we're going to see that across many different rarities starting from now. So the basic ultra rare has a foil image similar to the super rare, but also a gold stamped lettering in the name. There's no real pattern for the ultra foils on the image, just a rainbow-like colorful hue that is added to the image. Ultra rares actually have some variations to them as well, such as color name ultra rares, which have different colored letterings in the name. Colors differ from set to set. For example, in Legendary Duelist Season 3, every ultra could come in gold, blue, or red lettering, but there also exists green, purple, and also, as of recently, silver lettering as well for ultra rares. There's also a special one-of print of the Duelist Saga Ultra Rare released, of course, in the Duelist Saga set. A new technology that was introduced as an ultra rare foil that now has these weird horizontal lines spread across the art. It's pretty subtle, but some people kinda dig that, and the fact that it was released in only one set makes it kind of special. Way back in the day, there was a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament called Hobby League, in which duelists could compete in a casual setting with new cards being released in the Hobby League pool each month. And those days are long gone, but the Hobby League parallel ultra rares still exist to this day. These are normal ultra rare cards, but they have this added layer on top of the entire card with a crisscross hollow pattern that runs across the entire card surface. Those cards feel kind of weird since they have this laminated transparent layer on top of them, but the technology has since improved, and we'll see some improvements of that all card foil later on in this video. Secret rares. This is my favorite rarity, and this was also once the most coveted rarity. My personal favorite and the original max rarity, which is kind of cool. Back in the original sets, you could have gotten only one of these per booster box, and today, with reprint sets and a lot of changes to the rarity model, and of course a lot of other rarities added to the game, these are a bit more common to find. They have a diagonal hollow pattern spread across the image, and with new cards, the attribute and stars have the foil as well. And the name now has a stamped rainbow holographic pattern to it. Older secret rares differ from European prints to North American prints, with some prints actually containing a wider array of diagonal lines, a lot thicker as well, and others, such as this one, featuring this sort of tighter, slimmer, more mechanical set of lines across the artwork. Another type of secret rare is the Prismatic secret rare in its original form. It sports this same crisscross pattern we saw in the Hobby League, but this time it's a lot more prominent and tighter on the artwork. The name also contains a shattered lettering silver foil that we're going to see a lot of in the future. These original prismatics were exclusive to Game Boy promo cards, and this instance of this rarity still remains exclusive to mostly promos, with new prismatic styles releasing down the line. And these are these new prismatics. The new prismatic print is usually reserved for the annual Megatin release at the end of each competitive year, and it sports a wider, more modern crisscross line pattern across the artwork with rainbow lettering similar to the normal Secret Rare style. Secret Rares also appear in Speed Duel, which is an alternative, more casual style of Yu-Gi-Oh! Format, and they look pretty much the same as the OG Secret Rares, except they have a Speed Duel watermark in the back of the effect box. The newest type of Secret Rare is the Rarity Collection Platinum Secret Rare, which features an extended diagonal pattern similar to modern Secret Rares, which now also covers the art border and the effect box border, and uses the same lettering technique as the Game Boy promo Prismatic Rares with this sort of like silver shattered foil. The original Platinum Secret Rare was also a tin exclusive back in the collectible tin days, and is much more prominent as a Secret Rare pattern goes across the card border as well. And of course it also sports the original shattered silver foiling in the name. This just looks so damn good. I wish they return this someday. Now for the controversial part. Gold. There are a lot of gold style rarities in Yu-Gi-Oh! And we should probably get the most hated one out of the way first. Gold Ultra Rare from the Maximum Gold series. This rarity has 2 release cycles in history, and it has seemingly been discontinued since. Maximum Gold Ultra Rares have a gold border on the card and the art itself, and have an embossed glossy level and attribute, and also a thin gold line as part of the artwork itself. The gold on these cards actually kind of sticks out on top of the card surface, which means that these cards sometimes don't actually fit so well within card sleeves, which is probably one of the reasons that this rarity just got discontinued entirely. In the past, Maximum Gold Rares also had a lot of weird and very ugly misprints, so it was probably hard to keep the quality control on these ones, so yeah, they just cut them. The Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack also had a similar, more subtle gold treatment with shattered gold lettering and similar gold borders that are more yellowish, which aren't as 3D as Maximum Gold and were released exclusively in movie packs, with a very similar treatment that was given to the original gold foils in premium gold packs that also have gold borders and letterings, just a bit darker in general, looking almost like Ultimate Rares, which we'll talk about in a minute. These premium gold packs also had Secret Rares, which have a very similar look to the Platinum Rare Secrets of 2014, just with a gold Secret Rare border instead of a colorful one. Stepping away from gold for a bit, we have some Battle Pack rarities. Battle Packs were a thing between 2012 and 2014, and were part of a sealed draft format that was actually pretty popular back in the day. These packs had 3 different special rarities in each one of them, respectively. They were basically commons, but with a hollow pattern across the entire surface of the card. There are star foils, shatter foils, and lastly, mosaic foils. And yeah, nothing crazy, but pretty cool regardless. A similar pattern existed in a much more popular setting in the Duel Terminal rarities, and later in Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. These original Duel Terminal cards were exclusive to be pulled from actual vending machines that can give you cards, which is really cool. These Duel Terminal rarities featured this polka dot hollow pattern across the entire card, with some cards being Ultra Terminal rarities, and they also sport gold letterings as the Ultra Rares we know today. Platinum Rares were exclusive rarities for the Knights of the Round Table box set, which featured an all-foil set with a new exclusive rarity. Platinum Rares have a shattered silver lettering, and the entire card is basically just covered in like a platinum color. It looks kind of subtle in person, but in some lightning instances, it just covers the entire card in this very black overlay, which doesn't really look that great. I get what they were going for, but eventually this was the only set that this rarity was released in, and seemingly for good reason. Now we are entering the chase rarities of Yu-Gi-Oh! The most coveted, exclusive, and hard to pull rarities. These are the cream of the crop and obviously the most expensive ones. Some sets will have a very low chance of pulling a card that already exists within the set in a special luxury rarity that only comes up once in a while. Starting off with the Collector Rare. This is a rarity upgrade debuted in deck building sets not that long ago, and it featured a textured rainbow colored pattern across the art and the card border as well, in addition to rainbow lettering similar to Secret Rares. The card itself feels like it has some sort of additional different texture to it besides the etched texture that is unique to Collector's Rares. The 2023 25th Anniversary Rarity Collection gave us a new different version of Collector Rare called Prismatic Collector Rare, imported from how the OCG, the Japanese card game, does their Collector Rares. It has a similar but more subtle etching pattern across the card, but it also has an additional rainbow hollow pattern on the card borders and now on the art and effect box as well. In addition to that, a very subtle small polka dot pattern across the entire card. Ultimate Rares were the first luxury rarity introduced way back in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX era. It features a relatively subtle texture on the card art as well, for the first time ever, the attribute and the level stars as well, which had textures and foils. It features gold lettering like Ultra Rares and a hollow art border as well. But the new Ultimate Rares, which are now exclusive only to OTS tournament packs, which you can only get by participating in local tournaments, are much more textured and have a card border that is foil and textured as well. It still sports this darker look to the card, but with the newer type of texture those cards have, in some artworks it just looks incredible. The newest top rarity of the game that is currently on hold is Starlight Rare. This is the newest high-end rarity that was actually really hard to pull, reportedly once every 2 booster cases, which is around 48 boxes. It features a Prismatic Secret Rare pattern across the entire surface of the card, and unlike the old Hobby League hollows that we saw, this one is extremely prominent and stands out really well, in addition to feeling just so luxurious and hard to pull. That is, until Quarter Century Secret Rares came out. Releasing in 2023 in the 25th anniversary year of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, Quarter Century Secret Rares are basically Starlight Rares featuring an all-card prismatic foiling, but with 2 distinct differences. The lettering is shattered gold instead of the Starlight's rainbow Secret Rare lettering, and also, similar to Speed Duel cards, Quarter Century Secret Rares have this 25th anniversary logo watermark on the effect box. This got a lot of collectors actually really annoyed, as this is a much more widely available rarity and basically looks very similar to Starlight Rares. I want to hear your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Do you like Quarter Century Secret Rares? In the first release of the Quarter Century Secret Rare, as part of the original set reprint of the newest Legendary Collection, the foil pattern was actually the OCG Japanese prismatic pattern, which is a much tighter pattern and makes the card essentially change color. This is similar to the OG Game Boy prismatic pattern, but it's curious that they made that change only for the first wave of release and never continued it since. Lastly, Ghost Rares. Remember those old school holographic stickers you got as a child that have this 3D feeling to them when you move them around? Well, those are Ghost Rares. Ghost Rares were once the highest rarity in core sets, with odds of 1 per 288 packs, and had this 3D silver rainbow look that actually made the card art really come to life alongside Secret Rare letterings in a rainbow hue. And in one of the premium gold sets, new Ghost Rares released in the form of gold Ghost Rares, which had gold lettering, a gold border, but also a Ghost Rare foil on the card art. These were guaranteed 1 per box, so they were obviously a lot less desirable than the other Ghost Rares. And you also might have noticed that something is missing. These are Pharaoh's Rares, pretty new to the game, but couldn't really get my hands on them in time for the video because they're not really that popular, and just use your imagination or just look at how they look like on screen right now. And that is the rundown of every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity ever printed in the English version of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Leave your comment down below. what is your all-time most favorite rarity? I really want to hear that. Mine is obviously the OG Secret Rare, but I want to hear what you guys think. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.